Well, good evening, guys, and welcome to another awesome and amazing Tuesday afternoon. The best week, or the best day of the week, as you know, is the whole reason we decided to be streaming right now. If you're checking this out in the replay, hey, please consider subscribing and joining us for future live streams because we have a lot of fun, but it's a lot more fun when we have the opportunity to hang out with you and chat. So hit that subscribe thing. We have links for everybody's channels in the description down below. Jump on that. And as usual, today I am joined by my buddies Grant McIntosh and John from A&J Outdoors. Gentlemen, how are you all doing today?
Awesome.
Doing good.
Awesome. That is not even. I want more energy from a guy who's enjoying multiple days off here.
Awesome.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh man, whew, I'm tired though. How about you, Grant? What'd you do this
all
morning?
right. Been gardening still. Too damn windy to take the boat out, go fishing. And it's ridiculously windy. I wish I had a windmill or three.
Yeah. There you go. That's the next project.
Rig me up a little
wind energy.
Little
I
battery.
thought about that myself, like one of those. I don't know, the ones that spin vertically as opposed to the big fan. I think they look a little better.
Pickle in here, Danny Baker, Janet. How you doing, Janet?
Hey guys, appreciate y'all coming and joining us tonight. Danny, we're going to be talking about you in just a bit. You're a topic of conversation in a coming up here. Not just yet, but in a minute. We got some catching up to do. We weren't able to do our photos of the week last week that we pulled from the Discord server. So we're going to double down on that tonight, which is awesome because we were able to we have a few more pictures than normal, but we were basically able to cull a few more and really, get the creme de la creme of all the pictures that people have been posting for the last 2 weeks. And there's some good ones. Yeah, we got some cream in here tonight. What's up, Mark? Speaking of cream.
Yeah, so Mark.
That's not the only reference I got. Sorry. I completely. Let me. I got to pull up the slides real quick on that. I forgot to put them on the stream.
I got some pictures and some topics for you this week too.
Yes, I love that. So let's get started with one of those topics. While we're doing that, everybody in the chat, we want to hear about how your weekend went, what you guys were doing, what adventures did we miss? Let's discuss. While we're waiting on everybody to get an answer on that, John, take it away, man. What do you got for us?
All right. Well, let's start with this thing. You know what that is?
Yeah, that is about $40 worth of lead.
Yeah, right. Well, this is, the new regulation in Texas where if you're going offshore, you got to have the vent tool or descending device. Well, there is a website that is promoting descending devices. And if you go to their website, and I'll put the link in the chat here in a minute. If you go to their website and you fish in the Gulf, you reef fish in the Gulf, right? You'll fill out a questionnaire. You'll watch they'll give you a little presentation on properly releasing fish, and then they will send you this bad boy for free.
Are you serious?
I'm serious as a heart attack. So for free, I couldn't pass it up. You have the little adjustment on it where you adjust it 50 foot down, 100 foot down, 150 foot down. That's the depth it'll open, right? So what you're doing is, the fish get all bloated, their air bladder fills up so they can't swim down. So you lock their jaws in there, right? Set it to the depth you want to release them at based on what depth you caught them at. And then just drop it down with your fishing pole. There's a 3-way swivel. Let's see if I can show you guys better. Right? So your line would attach here. You just drop it down. When it gets that depth, those jaws automatically open. And the fish is already, there's no pressure no more. Pressure went down on it. So
where do you get that again? Where did you go for that?
This little place. Release them right. And it's the Sequelizer. But I'm going to put a link in the chat right now.
Oh, I'm God dang it! I got it right here. Yeah, that is awesome. If nothing else, I mean, it's absolutely.
It's free.
It's absolutely worth, like, literally. That is, I'm not even kidding. In fact, I'm putting out a video this week. I went and collected a bunch of lead off of the jetty, and it's not even kidding. It was like 16 ounces equated to $5 worth of lead, and that's
nowadays
like wholesale. That's
I should start melting lead again. I've got a smelter to melt lead. I've got a bunch of soft lead from when I was selling weights. I used to sell weights back in the day. So.
Yeah, so Ben, I'm sorry, but I have to totally agree with this. Ben says now the biggest issue, in my opinion, with those is who's going to take the time to use the drop.
See people do it. I don't see people. So when we were on that commercial boat, the three of us, with all those other people, I don't see people taking the time to use this. But on your private boat, it's you and 3 or 4 other people out there fishing. I think it's pretty quick because you got. On that boat, I had no rods other than the rod they gave me. I know, Stanley, you brought a couple, but I have none. But on my own boat, I'm going to have multiple rods. So I'll just take a rod, hook it on there, and drop them down. For me, it won't be that big of a deal.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of have a desire to use it to drop bait.
Drop what?
Drop baits.
Ooh.
You know, because how many times have you look at the fish finder, you see stuff hanging at the 150-foot mark, and what do you have to do? You either have to count your line going down, or you have to drop to the bottom and count it up.
Cheater, pumpkin eater. I like it.
It works.
Ingenuity.
Yep.
Danny says you use it for a trophy fish.
Yeah, hey, man, I'm not going to say, like, if we're slaying snapper, we're probably slaying them in, 150 to 200 feet of water. I'm kind of doing some math in my head
until you get beyond your numbers, and then do you keep fishing there or what?
No, we stop. We bag out and move on to the next species.
Yeah, so really, that's just this is more, you're out there fishing for grouper or something, and you hook a red snapper when they're out of season, is what I would do.
Gotcha.
But you can also just use the deflate tool too, or whatever they call that son of a gun. I got one of those too, so.
Yeah, see, I'm real good about the fillet knife.
Yeah, they specifically say not to use a fillet knife, but don't say it out loud.
You know what's funny about that is, I'm not even kidding. You can test this one. Get that fish down 5 or 10 feet. They're not floating back up. That's all it takes. You only have to get them down 5 or 10 feet for them to
get them started.
Back down.
Okay.
I've seen people swim them down, especially like rooster fish. They're not catching and keeping rooster fish, so the trophy fish get your picture, and then when they wouldn't go down, they would just grab a hold of that jaw and swim down. But I'm too old and big for that. I float real well now.
I like getting wet on a fishing trip, personally. I like getting in the water. That's a good excuse for it.
Says bed music is a little high, fellas. What's up?
I turned that down. Is it better now? Let me know if that's any better.
I'm good with it, but I'm half deaf. Shanae, SoFlo Outdoors.
Oh,
what's a good weight? Yeah, the old window lead counterweights. There, a lot of people don't even know what you're talking about, but yeah, those old ones that there's a string to the window with the thing up there and the lead weight, and you open it, the lead weight goes down, you close. Yeah, those work really well.
Doug Scott says he thought you were going for walleye.
You know what, man? I would win right in the gullet. It would fit pretty well, I think. I would win that stuff.
That, a couple of perch fillets, guaranteed boat.
Hey, Doug, good to see you here.
Shannon is taking a break from the house, having a rough day, at least early tonight. Man, it's always a pleasure having you here, Shannon. Keeping an eye on everything that you guys got going on. We did a little push for you a week or two ago, I forget. And if you want to drop your link, we can talk all about that and post it in here, do whatever we can to help out with you. Our good friend Shannon here. So all you guys who do YouTube channels, treat her right, because she is an absolute exemplary example of what you want as far as like community of everybody here. She's been around like with the rest of us for many years, and she has had some issues. You can see on her channel if you want, but she has had some issues as a result of Hurricane Ian. Some really bad issues. So we are going to do what we can to support her and help them raise whatever funds we can help raise to help with that, because it was a pretty bad deal for her.
Yeah, definitely.
And she's the kind of person that you want to be donating to. She's worth every penny, guaranteed.
What's up, Schoolie Nation? In the hizzy?
Oh man, how did you do during Sharkathon, by the way? I thought you were out there.
So, for our Texas people, there's a storm of brewing right now. So Texas Parks and Wildlife, I think they had the meetings like on the 20th, so we might be late on this, but they're talking about shutting down a few bays, Mesquite Bay, and a couple others to oystering.
Yes, I heard that.
And I was like, oh, because they're trying to protect this and that. Okay. And then I see the other side of the story from the oyster industry, and I get a big long write-up on it. If anybody wants that stuff, let me know, through Instant Messenger or something, and I can share it with you. But their argument seems really strong. Like, they're saying if you stop, it's kind of like a farmer's field. If you stop harvesting, right, that oyster reef is going to die off and silt over. And I was like, well, that's not good either. And they're saying it's the CCA pushing for these closures because these same bay systems, the oysters are doing good, but the recreational fishing isn't that good. So they're kind of blaming CCA for pushing this because CCA wants them out of there to try to help the recreational fishing. They're saying recreational fishermen are just overfishing those bays. So it's a big to do, and I think they had some meetings on the 20th in different locations in Texas to discuss it. So I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable enough in the whole oyster thing. I know I like to eat oysters, not like Stanley sucking down the raw ones. I've had them raw, but I prefer them cooked on the grill with some spice and cheese and shit. But anyways, so if you like oysters, it might be harder to come by them locally. I don't know if that stuff all goes through. They're talking about a couple bays shutting it down permanently. No more oystering in there at all. And then a couple others like 1 to 2 years.
So this is going on all over the place. This is actually a much bigger conversation than just oysters. It's oysters down here. According to Pickle, we're talking about lobsters up in Maine. And of course, anybody else who wants in on this conversation, they're shutting, or they have completely closed snow crab in Alaska.
Oh yeah, which crab was it?
Snow crab.
Yeah, snow crab. That's right.
So the whole Chinese buffet industry is going to absolutely tank
if the rules apply to the Chinese. I mean, don't they kill the whales despite?
So you're right. The Chinese buffet industry is going to thrive.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just going to catch
hard
more.
to enforce. Ben, you have the opinion of the oystermen because that's how they feel too. They feel like this was a done deal and it was just them trying to make people feel better. And so I don't know. I like to think that Texas Parks and Wildlife does the right thing when they should, but I don't know. I didn't hear king crab. Scully Nation saying snow and king crab. I only heard snow crab. King crab, that would be heartbreaking.
They said snow and king. I didn't hear about king, but I wouldn't be surprised. They are different seasons, though, I think.
Rude dog.
All those guys. He's probably right about that because the guys on the on that crabbing TV show, the real popular one, I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I know.
I went to Norway.
I went to Norway.
Deadliest Catch. That boat that one guy does, he took it all the way to Norway to go fish for him, which looks to me amazing because down here they're off in the Bering Sea, and every day is like, it's one of the hardest jobs, like deadliest jobs in the world. They go to Norway and they're in like bays. It's super calm and like all nice looking.
Oh wow.
Can't even get in the water on the southwest coast. Hurricane trash, red tide, flesh-eating bacteria. Yeah, it's bad over there. So anybody who is interested, here's the deal. I've got a link pinned in the comments. I just posted it a moment ago, but it's also a pinned comment at the top of the comments. We're trying to do whatever we can, help Shannon out with the issues that she is having as a result of Hurricane Ian. And she said up here, if we can raise $17, she will kick me in the knee. And I am down for that.
Oh, I'm down for that. If we can raise 25, can she kick you in both knees?
Absolutely.
You thought I was going to say somewhere else.
17 for one knee, $25, she can have both knees. If you can't do that link, any other whatever thing, all super chats and all of that stuff, all go to Shannon tonight.
I'm scrolling through looking for the link. Oh, there it is. The what knee?
Well, here's the deal. $17.
Exactly, Grant.
That's more. So that gets the bum knee that I don't care about. That guy's getting replaced anyway. That's fine. $25. Then we'll start talking about the good knee. She says you can donate to her.
I'm chipping in on it right now.
It'll still make me feel good about what I'm doing. So I'm good with it. Scully said, hey, you're going after Pump on Sunday. I will look into that. I need to get some real fishing going. I don't know. So that's Halloween. I doubt I'm going to get out fishing. But I am going to. My window is Friday. If I can do any fishing at all, it's going to be on Friday. And if it's possible to get out there, I'm thinking about reds on the jetty. We'll see what's going on. But I'll be in touch. If I am physically able to get out and do something on Friday, I'll let you know.
All right, you only need $7 more and he gets kicked in the knee.
What's up, Small Water? Let's see, man. Oh, did you do a donation, John?
Yes, sir.
You said only $7 more? I think I donated money. Or maybe I didn't. I don't think I did.
And you get kicked in both knees.
I'm going to wait until after this whole live stream. Just to,
This Sunday.
I want to save the old knees for the 5,000 subscriber special. Because that's what we were going to do.
Ooh. There you go, Ben.
Both knees.
That's what I'm talking about.
Cheers, Ben.
Ben, you're a scholar and a gentleman, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you.
So, let's see.
Shannon, let me know when that happens. I'll push that out.
You guys want to talk some boat stuff?
Yes, let's hear it, because it's getting to be a time of year where boats are going to be a hot commodity. So
pull up those pictures for me, Stanley, if you can. They're down there in the thing below.
You got
it. So, did a little bit of work. Got some new interior lights done. The one on the left, of course, is the old light. The one on the right is the new light.
Ooh, I like that. LED? Nice.
Yes, sir. That was just a big, long hunk of cable that wasn't, it was attached to the fuse box, but nothing else. It was just hanging off the under the gunnel. So might have been to a port to power a reel once upon a time, but yeah, that was one thing I got rid of. One of the fun things about working on an old boat, someone else's boat, is the things you find in it. At least a couple times now, I've started digging into stuff, and I find wires that just end. Like they're not connected enough, and it's like, well, where the heck?
I've got so much of that under my house. It scares me sometimes. You never know what's live.
So as I come across that kind of stuff, I'm trying to take them all out. As a matter of fact, down in the cabin, there's a mic for the radio, for the VHF radio, right? So you can talk on the radio from down in there. It has its own. It can change the channel and everything. Plus, the radio is actually up where the captain is, right? So there's an extra mic for it where you can communicate down there. Well, where that comes through, there's another cable that comes through, and the end of it, I should have taken a picture. It's one of those like a printer connector type port. Like if you're going to hook a printer, plug it into a computer with the little pins in it, kind of, I don't know, but it's like, what the hell is this for? So I started trying to track that one and pull it out and get rid of it. So I got a lot of fun stuff ahead of me on this boat. But the good thing is, I enjoy doing it. So that helps. There's my gauges. I like that I have Yamaha gauges, right, for the motors. I've got the 2 tacks. Now I got one for fuel management and one for speed. The problem with them is they're so scuffed up that they'd be hard to read. The second problem is the LED inside is so dim you can't hardly read those. Fortunately, I found a company where, so if I wanted to buy those again, each of them are over $200 a piece. I found a company where you can mail them to them, and $75 a piece, they will put a new outer cover on it, and they'll redo the LEDs inside. Basically, they'll rebuild it and send them back to you. So I'm going to go that route. So I got to pull those, mail them off, get them hooked up so they'll work better again. Don't forget
This
to
is
send
interesting
gauge
stuff.
tape.
Like,
There you
talking
go.
about these gauges, I had no idea that you had the ability to do all this, to send them in, and small water's saying to wax them. That's a cool thought. I never thought about that.
Yeah, wax will help too. But yeah, I'm going to send them in and get them just rebuilt. So for $75 a piece, you can't beat that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is the last picture of those. I figured I'd share a little bit of what I've been up to. That's what I've been up to. That and a lot of other stuff. So I think I told you guys last week I found some water in the cabin when we had the rainstorm. So I've been tracking those down. Anything that mounts above the cabin on the exterior, I'm pulling off, resealing it, putting it back together. I've got some seals I got to fix. So it's a project, but man, when I'm done with this bad boy, I'm going to be so happy. It's going to be so nice.
Right.
Where would you estimate you are at on your, from where did you start at? Like, what percentage of work needed to be done versus the 100% mark? Where are you at?
I am probably, if we include the trailer, that bumps me up a little bit, because that was work that wasn't planned. I wasn't planning on doing all that, and I'm still doing some, to be honest with you. I got one rotor is not, it's warped, so I've had to replace that rotor, so I'm waiting for that to come in. But anyways, I would say if 100% is getting everything done, I'm probably down there around 20%. So
Wow.
yeah, there's a lot
That's
of stuff.
starting at 0%, or like, I mean, you had a hull.
Yes,
You didn't have to build a
zero.
hull.
I'm starting at 0, working towards getting 100% done. I might have about 20% done of what I want to get done.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I would have suspected you're closer to the 80% mark. But guys, be mindful of that when you get yourself into a boat like that. John knows what he's doing. He's putting a lot of work into that thing. Saved a lot of money, I assume, in the process, doing all that work yourself.
Yes.
He's been doing this for over a month now, and he's at the 20% mark. So be aware of that.
Yeah.
John being at
that's
the 20% mark puts me at about the 2% mark.
If I got that trailer, that rotor done, I mean, you could put it in the water. It'll run, it'll float and everything, but it's not where I want it, right? So there's a lot of things I still got to do to it to get where I want it. And there's little things like, the greatest thing about getting a hull survey is that if you get a good surveyor, they're going to give you a litany of things. Well, these legal decals have to be in these locations, everything, right? So that became my to-do list, right? Besides the other stuff I've found since then, I've got a to-do list, and these are the things I'm trying to knock off that to-do list.
Yeah, small water, you're absolutely right about that. And that's absolutely invaluable. Knowing the issues, knowing the problems, knowing what to do. You're a lot more comfortable if you have an issue. And you have the stuff maybe on the boat that you have packed up as a backup just in case, because you know what could happen.
Yeah, and that's why I like to pull all the any wires that don't have a place to be, pull them off and get rid of them. You know,
you got to have, and you know, when you're in the hole, you got all those wires in the way. That's a real pain hiding the snapper that you're not going to drop back down. That's where you hide them, and you don't want those wires getting in the way when you're doing that.
Wow. So Robert, Hooked Up in Backlash, just sent me a picture of his before and after gauges. He sent his off. I'll see if I can share that. I don't know if I can or not. Let's see what happens if I get this.
I'd be curious to see if that can be done on the fly. That would be pretty cool if we could pull up pictures from the chat like that. While you're doing that, Pickle says,
you can pull it up. It's down there.
Okay, yeah, give me 1 second here. I'll pull that right up. Pickle might be starting a new job repairing ships. He's going to get it one piece at a time for you. Yes.
One, like the Cadillac, one piece at a time. So that's Hooked Up in Backlash. The top is the before and the bottom is the after.
Yeah, that looks gorgeous.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, it looks
And like I
brand
said,
new.
mine are on. You can see that they're on, but you see the numbers and all that in the bottom. They're so dim you can't really read them. So I definitely got to do it. Man, that looks good.
What's the work that was done on the bottom ones versus the top? What's
They replaced that outer screen that's all like yellow and scratchy.
Yeah.
And then on the inside, they replaced the little LED screen or whatever it is that shows the numbers and all that.
You know what? I bet you that takes them like 30 seconds to do that.
It could. It might. I just don't know how or don't want to tear those up. Like I said,
Yeah.
they're over $200 a piece new. But yeah, I like doing stuff myself.
I like being able to. I am real envious of all the stuff that I see you doing. You're real good about keeping everybody up to date with that. You keep the videos posted. You got your blog going. You do your TikTok and everything. And I watch you doing that, and all I see are all of my own shortcomings. I'm proud of like what I've been able to accomplish just keeping my Silverado running. And then I see what you're doing, and I'm like, nope.
You can do it. You just got to jump in the middle of it.
Yeah, you're right. You got to break things, and
yeah, that's what I did. Like I said, when I was growing up, I didn't have anybody to show me how to do stuff, and I didn't have money. So, like my old vehicles, if something broke down, I just tried to fix it myself. And sometimes I did, and hey, it was a learning thing. Sometimes I messed it up worse, and it was a learning thing. But just keep working at it. And now, back then, like we talked about before, you have a Chilton's manual. That's it. Now you got the internet. You got YouTube. Anything I'm doing on my boat, well, not everything, but a lot of things, someone else has done it, and there's a video. You know what I mean? So
there's no excuses. I hate that. I for all of the YouTube stuff that we do, I despise sitting there and looking up the video to show me. I'm doing work to the AC, the central AC over here. I just blew out and I don't know what anything's called, but the blower motor, I guess, with the squirrel cage on top. So we blew out that motor. And so I'm like, I'm not paying money to fix that thing. I'm going to go get just another motor, and I'm just do it all myself. And then I had to sit down and watch YouTube videos. And that was the most painful. Like, I can't even tell you how, I've never seen more Angie Outdoors and Grant McIntosh, hook up to Danny Bett, you name it. I've never seen more of everybody else's videos than when I actually had to sit down and figure out how to replace the stupid motor on that AC.
So he's been doing it for a minute.
Yeah.
Man, what is that? A lot of people do wanting to mess with it. What's Hooked Up Backlash? I'm sorry, where did I miss that? What were you talking about?
Those were his gauges. So
the gauges. See, I got to replace all the gauges on the dash panel on that Silverado. Well, I should replace them. I don't care because I don't care how fast I'm going or how much gas I got in the tank. But all those gauges are dead, and it's not a hard fix. You've got to pull the dash out. You got to pull those little things off and just put new ones on, and then put it all back together. It's not. I've never done it. It's electronics, which terrifies me. But it's really not a difficult thing to do. I've needed to do that for over 10 years.
You know, the other thing I've learned doing all this kind of stuff myself is it's never as easy as I think it's going to be. I can watch a video of somebody doing it. I can get something that comes with the instructions, but then this connector doesn't come apart right, and it breaks. And you know, there's so many little frustrations with it doing yourself. But again, when you got it done, and you look at it, and you're like, I did that stuff, right? You feel pretty good, and then you think about, man, I could have paid somebody, you know, $70, $80 an hour labor to do this, but I didn't. I did it myself.
When you see that, when you do a job like that, I am not fond like doing this. I'm not fond of this. But when you actually get it done, or when you even get halfway through that job before you have to call somebody to come and clean up your mess, you typically have it taken apart for them. You save yourself an hour, a half an hour of labor time doing it, hopefully. But if you are physically able to get those kinds of things fixed, you really need to, like, after you're done, you need to have a celebratory beer and a cigar, and then you need to sit down with a calculator, and you need to do the math. Sit down and actually physically do the math on how much that job costs, on how much money you just made for yourself doing that, and go and spend a quarter of that on a good bottle of scotch. You deserve it. You earned it. But that feeling of like, man, I am worth that much. I mean, it's good for the ego.
You see what Hooked Up Backlash talking about his Silverado cluster?
It's cluster to this one. Yes. Oh, they do LEDs, really? Videos on show LED. No, it's not that much. It's not that much. It's like, see, here's the breakdown of this thing. I've done the math on this, and I just, when it all came down to it, I said, screw it. I don't care. This truck is too old. It's a beach truck. I've got a speedometer on my phone that I can plug on there. I don't care how much gas is in the tank because I keep it full. So the gauges don't tell me anything that I need to know. So I never spent the time to care about it. But it's $500. Here's the math on that. It's $500 to replace that instrument cluster on my Silverado. It's $60 if I send it in and have the technician switch out the little things. Like, that is how much money you save by having it fixed versus buying a new, like, whole thing. And I don't know what it costs to do something like this, but I'm guessing it's going to be well less than $500. Any kind of, like, where you're, like, doing labor stuff. I don't know cars. I don't know boats. But with my father-in-law, I've done a lot with houses. I've done a lot on this house here. And I know the money. I know the value that I've gotten out of that. And it's going to be the same with any of those. Anytime you can take the labor physically out of somebody else's hands, you're saving some money. Big time.
Danny said he put in a K&N in this weekend because he broke a $150 part in the intake. Hey, you upgraded by putting a K&N in.
Yeah, true. I've got headers on that truck, and I thought about, just for the hell of it, like, why not? Let's put one of those air filter things on and let's go straight pipe and all this crap. I got about halfway through that job and was like, no, it's just not worth it anymore. What's up, Chris? How are you doing, man?
What's up?
I collected a bunch of photos from the jetty the last couple of weeks. I'll be posting them on the community tab. You'll be on there.
Yep. Late is always better than never.
Absolutely. You got perfect time. We're just now hitting our groove if we're hitting our thing. So, what do you gentlemen say? We got some pictures to look at. How would y'all feel about taking a look at all the pictures that everybody's been posting in the Discord server? We need to know who is our photographer of the week.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
I've been looking forward to these.
Feeling lively. It's a good night, Chris. Loving life right now. So let's take a look at our Discord pictures of the week. And if you want to get in on this, there is a link in the description of the down below. Also, blah, blah, blah. We got that whole thing. We throw that on there. Links in the description of the server. If you need me to post it in the chat, I will do that in just a moment. Come and join us on the Discord server. We have a lot of fun. We post these pictures, but we also have a lot of really great conversations. We're always talking about, like, what not to use for this fishing thing. There's a whole section dedicated to hunting, and we have different conversations going on over there. What you can do this time of year, tactics, tips, tricks, and things like that. Great place to get some insight and information, but also it's a great place to help out some of our younger crew who are the ones asking the questions. They can use your insight. So you are more than welcome to be joining us and getting in on this. Starting off, these are our nature photos. I wanted to start off with this because these were just gorgeous.
Yeah.
So up top we have G Llama. He is out of Australia, and I just thought that was a cool like panoramic picture that he got of the coast. He's out there doing some fishing. This guy, if you want any information on fixing reels, this dude G Llama, he buys like these $5 reels on eBay. And he fixes them probably like 5 or 6 of them a week. So great person to be getting in with. This guy right here for conversations like that. Rift is new to the server. We're going to be seeing some more stuff, but he was in the Bahamas. He spent his time in Florida. Got a cool little picture of a chameleon there. Wild Japan is a YouTube channel that this gentleman is. He is an expat and he's living in Japan. And always has just the most beautiful pictures from his hikes that he goes on with his family. Both those pictures are from him.
Man, those are nice.
Yeah, that is a gorgeous shot right there. And that picture alone drew me to going over to his YouTube channel, and I checked it out, and it is really cool watching this guy just kind of enjoying his experience, going on hikes. It's little 1-minute videos, so it's like easy to consume content. And it's just him and his, I believe it's just him and his wife, girlfriend. I'm not sure the dynamics, but they just go there and they just have a, beautiful time going hiking and enjoying the city. Next up, we have all of our freshwater guys. So for those of you who don't know, Stinky Cat's right here. He changes his name like every week, but he is the gentleman who won our last photo contest. Him and Damon from Black Warrior Lures, they both tied. So he was the winner. We got some cool pictures going on here, including Mr. Holy 42 over there that's his personal best largemouth out of this pond that he fishes at. And is that Emmeline? Gorgeous shot from Emmeline. Some other guys that we have around here, but Stinky Cats has been just absolutely dropping a ton of photos in the server, including that Goliath grouper he's got down in the bottom right corner.
What? Is that a giant freaking crappie?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I wish he was here. He's actually got he plays football or something. He was screaming at me. He has practice tonight. He wanted us to move the live stream just so that he could talk about that photo. If he wins the contest tonight, I'd love to invite him on to talk about it because he's super excited about it. But yeah, he wasn't able to make it, but for good reason.
Here's what he did. He had like a 2-year-old put their hand on the fish to make it look giant.
That's what I do.
He's not here to defend himself.
Next time I go fishing, I'm going to draw take a blue mark. I'm going to draw it on Savannah's hand. Yeah, Ben said the same thing. He said, or it's a 2-year-old hand. That's funny. I'm going to do that. I've seen that where people take out like the Barbie doll and they use the whole fish. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, Joe.
Next up, we got more of these guys. And like I said, Stinky Cats has been absolutely just on fire with a lot of the photos that he's posting.
I can't.
Some of these other guys too. Like I said, I'm just like throwing everybody's photos in here because people have been tearing it up.
Is that a goose?
Yep.
Tons of pictures going on. I'm not sure. I think it's a goose.
Yeah, it looks like
I didn't say much about it. He's been back and forth. He did some fishing stuff earlier. I think we got some fishing stuff from him later.
Man, Stinky Cats is out there just catching everything.
He's tearing it up. He must have dumped like 50 photos in the server, all excited about this live stream. So I'm excited to be able to be talking about this. He's been all over it. I literally was like screaming at me to like post all these pictures. I finally had to tell him, I was like, dude, I can't do all these pictures. I physically can't do it. It's too many. But
who's that bottom left? I can't see the name.
Bottom left is Shadow Card with that perch
Yeah.
in the kayak.
Nice.
Yeah, Nick had a lot of good pictures of Peacock. I wasn't able to fit them all in. I wanted to. That's a good one. And he had some really pretty photos too.
Yep.
Lock your elbows when you hold your catch. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I try to make my photos look good. I know the tricks, and I'm gonna run with them. Hey there, Passion for Art. How are you doing? Is this your first time here? I don't recognize you.
It is. Good to see you, Passion for Art.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, thank you for coming and joining us tonight. We're taking a look at some fishing and hunting photos here. Got our saltwater crew. So Danny, yeah, we got Danny in there. Ben and Chris and my father-in-law and my dad. Guys, I've got pictures of all the fishing that we did the last couple of weeks. I wasn't able to cram them all in on this. I just wasn't physically able to do it. So Ben, I got you on there. Danny, we got your redfish. There's no way I could hold back on that. But I've got more pictures we're going to be doing next week. I just wasn't able to cram it all in.
Then got
Hey,
him back.
Appreciate you coming by and saying hi for the first time. We hope to see you many more times. We'd love to hear your thoughts and some photos. And just thank you. We're having a blast. We're really enjoying a Tuesday night right now.
So
This guy Rift is new to the server. He's a saltwater guy. I believe he's in Florida, but he's got stuff from the Bahamas and all over the place. And the pictures he's posting, and he's got a YouTube channel too. And the stuff that they're doing is just fun. It's like four kids who get out on a really expensive boat and go to town.
he's got that big barracuda. What's the other one?
I'm not sure. I think it's a rainbow runner.
Yeah,
I think it's a rainbow runner.
that sounds.
If it is, it's well, no, I've caught him about that. So I'm not going to give him credit for that. I've caught him that size. He has been tearing it up. Yeah, he's got a bunch of pictures. He's got a bunch of pictures, and he's also jumping in there and he's helping everybody. People are asking about what kind of line they need to be packing on their reels, what kind of rods they need to be pairing with the reel, and he's jumping on like helping people out too. He knows his stuff. He was arguing with me, and I have all the respect in the world for everything that he had to say.
Lock those elbows, Ben.
Yeah, that could have been a lot bigger fish, man.
Yeah, Danny Baker too.
Right? Danny, you could have made your head look so small in that photo. I forgot. I got ripped in there again. I screwed up. Check this out. This guy Mimetic, he's got all these. I just thought this was cool. He's in Tahiti. And just one day he popped in and he's like, this was my day. And he probably had 7 or 8 photos like this. And I was just like, oh, this is just too cool. I've got to do a whole sequence of these. I don't know what any one of those are.
No.
It's a neat looking fish.
Pretty. I'm curious how edible they are. They're keeping them.
What's that other one down there? Is that a blue runner or what is that?
That's a bluefish, I believe.
Bluefish?
Yeah, that's a bluefish. Doug, you can get in touch with John. He's got it on his Facebook page. He'll bring photos in. Also, I've got a link to our Discord server in the description of this video down below. You can jump in the Discord server. All of these photos are coming from there, and all the conversations and stuff that we have come from, or not all the conversations, but a lot of the conversations that stem from these photos and stuff over here. That's all from the Discord server. I don't know if that is. Yeah, so Danny's saying that's a parrotfish. That one on top might be, but I'm not sure if it is. He doesn't have the beak. He looks like
it looks different. Looks like he's got rubbery lips, almost like a cross between an Oscar and I don't know what.
Yeah, or like a wrasse or something.
Yeah.
Not sure. So, last.
There we go.
These guys they deserve their own slide. So this is Drop Time and God of Fish. That was like the best hunting picture that we had in the last 2 weeks. And then, of course, anybody who drops anything with bluefin tuna, just gotta pull it up like that.
Them's biggins.
Yeah, that's probably like, I don't know, $2,000, $2,500 worth of fish.
Bluefin.
And of course, this is the gorgeous shot of a gorgeous buck.
Yeah, it's like a mule deer.
It does. They split, right?
Yeah,
It does look like a muley.
it's a nice buck.
Yeah, it is very nice.
I was just excited to see that. Anytime anybody wants to post hunting pictures, it's that time of year, man. Premier Fishing and Hunting server in the link down below. Come and join us. I want to see your pics. So now it is that time. I need everybody's assistance. We need some help determining who is going to be the winner of the Photographer of the Week contest. On the left is Stinky Cats and Black Warrior Lures. They're the guys who won last time. And now we need to choose from those 4 right there. And let me know who is going to be our winner for this week. You can cast your vote in the chat.
Tough. This is tough for me because are you looking at just the artistry of the photo? I know who wins. But if you want to include game in the photo, then for me, I know who wins that. Then they're not the same person.
That's what I love about this. Are we going to go with like beautiful photo? Are we going to go with insane catch? Are we going to go with big catch? Or, it's hunting season. You can give a preference to hunting because of that. Hey, Mark, no worries. We're voting on the photo of the week, and these are your choices right now. A, B, C, and D. We would love to know your thoughts. A is Wild Japan with just an absolutely gorgeous photo that he took on his way to go out and do a little bit of hiking one day. He is an expat who's enjoying his time in Japan. Rift is a new YouTuber who just joined the Discord server. He got himself a sick barracuda. Stinky Cats, who is right here too. He's got this photo. He was the winner last week, and he got himself an absolute slab of a crappie. And then Drop Time got himself a really nice buck. And that's what we're choosing between.
So I'm looking there. It says Photographer of the Week. And because of that, I picked A.
Oh, man.
I picked B only because that's the biggest crappie I've seen in quite a while.
Yeah. That's the 2 I was between. It was between A and B for me.
Yeah. I have a real hard time with this one. I know, Chris, dude, it's making me difficult too. I don't exactly know what to do. I think I'm going to go with this one out of pure artistry, but I honestly, I think this is the closest competition we've had. What's up, Kai? You got perfect timing, man. We need your vote on the best photo of the week for the Discord server. Throw in a letter and jump on it. We got about a minute and a half before I actually am able to do the math on this and figure out who's winning.
You can't roll. D is our first. We haven't had a hunting one yet, so
we had before this. We had Henry Mosley won with a hunting picture.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I went with A then.
Yeah.
They can't see C though, or at least.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that.
Nobody's picked C so far, so.
That is a ridiculous crappie. You're right about that.
Yeah, it is. We determined that it was an infant's hand on it. That's why it looks so cool.
Yeah, I think Christopher has picked A, B, and D, not C. Oh, A and B. Oh, that's.
Thanks for just making my life hard in that. I don't have a pencil here like this.
Yeah, you only get one vote. You only get one vote.
I was trying to figure out.
All right. I'm gonna pull up an actual notepad here, and I'm gonna do the math. Fine, you guys are gonna make me do math.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not here to do math. I'm here to drink and talk about fishing.
Addition. Oof.
We got DDA, so that's.
Got 4 Ds.
DDA, and then we got AAB, B,
6 A's,
BABB, BD.
All right, how are you typing upside down, Bait the Hook? I don't even know how he did that. That's funny.
I can't read this.
Yeah, Ben, that's a good comment on the Barracuda. I feel the same
Passion
way.
for art says beef. Can't argue with that.
It looks like he's looking up, and then the shadow is right on his face. So, good call, Ben.
Looking at if the photo itself, like B, yeah, my beef with that one was that it was like he had a little water on the lens, and I was like, and of course he's not facing the sun. If you are catching something and you're taking photos of it, especially for like a photo contest, the sun's got to be in your face. It's got to be hurting your eyes. That lock the elbows. Get your daughter to, paint her finger with a blue ring on it and have her hold it for you. I'm still doing that next time we go fishing. All right, so the results of the contest now are. He's going to be super excited about this. It's Stinky Cats won it again. He got it with that slab of a crappie.
Oh, B did get it. I thought it was going to be A. Okay. Congrats to
I
him.
think so too.
I can't argue. That's a massive crappie.
All right. Yeah, he's going to be. I am happy to announce that. I'm on the fence about it, but it is. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been a record. He might have got himself a record with that guy, either a water body record or something.
It's a nice crappie.
2 weeks in a row.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I saw you on the other screen over here. I didn't realize what you were doing.
I was just playing.
Sorry. So yes, congratulations, Stinky Cats, on an awesome catch and a great photo. You got your win. Now quit bugging me. All the photos in the server. Anybody else who wants in on that? Link is in the description down below. Thank you so much, everybody, for voting on that. Now, it is that time, guys. We have an amazing and an awesome weekend ahead of us. This is where we're going to be like holding each other accountable to make sure that we're going out there and doing everything that we can physically do with that. I believe it was a 2-pound crappie. I don't remember what he said, but I believe it was a 2-pounder. So, I want to hear right now, what is everybody in the chat? What are you guys planning on doing this weekend so we can hold you accountable? And then guys on the panel, same thing for you. Grant, I'm going to start with you. What are your plans this weekend and what can we look forward to seeing from you coming in the live stream that we got next week?
I definitely need to make my garden video. It's been windy. I mean, it's crazy windy. Mark just asked, excuse me, was it windy down here? It has been windy for like 2 weeks. I mean, there shouldn't be any leaves left on the trees. It's been so windy. But I've still got my trolling motor on the boat. I haven't taken it off yet to put the duck blind on yet. I'm still wanting to go fishing. So as soon as the wind dies down and we're able, we're going to go.
Do it.
I want to see that.
I mean, these 15-mile-an-hour winds constant with 35-mile-an-hour gust, man, that's just, it ain't worth fighting that.
Yeah, that makes it unfun.
It's too windy to go sit in a tree stand even.
Dude, Grant, if you go fishing this weekend, you send me the footage, I will edit that video for you. I just want to see it that bad.
The spot I was wanting to go this past weekend's out of the question now because we finally got some rain. That's why I was wanting to go there, is because if it's rained, it's just too muddy to get into. But we hadn't had rain for 2 months, so that's where we were wanting to go this past weekend. But it was just way too windy.
We had the same issues here.
Hooked up in backlash going down to the coast and doing some gigging.
Oh, gig, yes. Hey, you're speaking my language with that. I could use some flounder. Where are you going?
You're gonna be down there. You're not gonna woods. That's where he usually goes. He's got a little.
Yeah, I could use some assistance on that. I wouldn't mind having that conversation. I am not good at. I don't know where to go for flounder.
He has a little place down there to stay at. So.
Wouldn't mind having a conversation. I'd like to have that conversation.
Hit him up. Hit him up. This weekend, me and the next couple of days that I'm off, Boatworks. for me, for the foreseeable future, will be boat work until this giant paperweight in my driveway is no longer a paperweight and gets out there on the water. So that's the plan, is get that bad boy. I'll be rocking and rolling on it. I'm actually going to hit up one of my, he doesn't do YouTube, so he's not on here, but I'm going to hit up one of my buddies, one of my fishing buddies, right? He's already said, hey, if you need anything, but he lives so far away, but I'm going to say, hey, one Saturday, come down, we'll cook some stuff and just hit some of those little things on the to-do list on the boat and tinker. And he's done some vinyl stuff in the past, so I'm going to have him look at the seats and see if he can do the type of vinyl that we have on those seats there. So.
Nice.
But yeah, boat work. What about you, Mr. Stanley Orchard? What are you doing this coming weekend?
I am editing. If I can get out there, if I can get somebody to take me, floundering, if I can get out for some pompano with Scully, I will be in touch with you about that. I doubt I can do Sunday, but if I can physically do it, I will. I'm going to be trying to get out on Friday to do a little fishing, but I have 2 or 3 videos that I absolutely need to be editing. So I may just call the weekend, just relax, not do anything at all, just edit videos. We'll see how that goes. I am itching to get back out and do some good fishing. Sharkathon had us all, I was working on that so hard and gearing up for it. That I kind of feel now where I'm a little bit more free, where I don't have to worry about shark fishing at the beach. I can go wade fishing in the bay, or I can go gigging flounder or something along those lines. It's different. So I do have a desire to take advantage of that and go and have some fun while we still got some good fishing.
All right. Scully Nation says he knows some flounder spots too. Any of you floundery type people, reach out to Stanley Orchard.
Please do. I would literally make an entire video about somebody teaching me. I know how to flounder, and I can find them. I know that stuff, but I don't want to just be messing around for the next 6 months trying to figure it out. If somebody will take me out and let me buy them some beer and let me make a video about them teaching me how to do it, I'll straight up make that video. I'm happy to do it. My wife loves flounder, and it would be completely worth it for me.
There you go. Congratulations, Ben. You will crush that exam and have a great weekend.
Yeah, good luck on that, man.
Kill it.
I'm looking forward to seeing pictures from the Texas City Dike. I've heard a lot about it. I've never been.
Yeah, same here.
And we have our own. Anybody got any videos coming out this week? I only say that because I do, and I'm kind of we did a snorkeling video. I'm going to leave it at that because it's completely different from what we normally do. But I am really curious. If you guys don't mind, if you do have an opportunity to watch it, I would really like the feedback, because it's one of those I'm a little on the fence about it. What day you got it coming out? Probably Thursday. I need to do a little bit of behind the scenes work to it, and I like to give the video. I like to give it a couple days between. I did live stream today, so I'll probably put it out on Thursday.
I'll keep pumping out shorts, probably one every day or two, just because it's fun messing with them, and they're so easy to do now.
I will be trying to put out 1 or 2 of those myself. They have been working fairly well for me. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to have fun, kind of learn that since here. So I'm using shorts to learn that short humor style, because I want to implement that into the videos, make my actual videos just a little bit funnier by being able to implement more of a comedic element. Mm-hmm. So I'm studying shorts for that purpose. And all right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This always makes my week, being able to hang out, spend a little time with everybody, clears my head so that I can decompress after a Monday and a Tuesday. And now, being Tuesday night, I'm completely ready to start preparing for the weekend, and I can't do that without you guys. So thank you so much for joining me and hanging out with me. I had an absolute blast, and I cannot wait to see you next Tuesday on whose channel? Who we got?
John's.
John.
Hey, John.
Links for everybody's channels in the description down below. Make sure you subscribe to them, because we are very much looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday for the next live stream. Want to hear all about what you got. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll catch you guys in the next live stream.
Peace out.